everybody, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking over. My name's Anna. I'm a Reiki Master practitioner and a lover of ASMR. I try to create soothing and relaxing videos with energy work woven throughout to hopefully provide you with some stress relief, some personal empowerment, and above all, support and compassion. Thank you everybody for being here, I really appreciate it. For today's video, we are going to be focusing on inadequacy, but more specifically, the fear of inadequacy, the fear that we are inadequate. It's very linked in a lot of ways to shame, the sense of inadequacy. So I want to parse through all of that and sort of separate these two feelings, the sense of shame, I'm not enough, I don't do enough, I can't be enough, from the more active and I think more empowering position of I have things to learn, I'm not perfect, I want to be better, I want to learn more. So making sure that we can hold our inherent beautiful value and also continue to grow. That's kind of the idea behind this session. So I'm going to start off by lighting a little bit of incense, and I'm going to move through with that smoke, doing a very kind of gentle clearing. So let's take a deep rejuvenating breath here together at your own time and pace and comfort level, but at this time. Maybe with your inhale, invite in a little bit of attention and awareness, and perhaps with your exhale, you could try your best to release any tension, release anything that you might have brought into this session from your day or your night, or yesterday or last week. Any of those little hangers on. You can release it. Okay, this is an Indian temple incense cone. So we're going to use this for our clearing today. Hope you're all doing as well as possible. I'm not sure, took a while, when I will be uploading this, but I am doing another new moon live stream on the 10th. So if you're able to join, I will include information for that. As soon as I know what time I will be doing it, I will let you know. Like all of the live streams, it's not easy to set them at a time that works for everybody. So that's the reason I upload them after the fact. Hope you understand. So I'm just going to move this through, using this smoke to do some deeper clearing. I think it can be a really beautiful practice connecting with you all. To clear and cleanse at the beginning of a session. It's a nice time to sort of align with each other here. It's a nice opportunity for you to kind of reflect on what is not feeling balanced for you. I've received comments about feeling inadequate from you, and not always using that word, but with that being the general meaning, and I really wanted to make sure that I honored this request of just clearing the fear around that. One thing I really want to stress in this, emphasize, we'll say, is that many times those of us who are feeling inadequate about, where we are, what we're doing, any of this, maybe imposter syndrome kind of sneaking up. Very often there are many people who would look at you and where you are and think, I could never do that. I could never be where that person is. And that is absolutely true. There are so many people who would look at where you are and they would say, I could never do that. So just know that, I don't know. Inadequacy is usually relative. So just know that where you are is exactly where you're meant to be. And if you are feeling like you want to strive for something different, greater maybe, more aligned, maybe more focused in whatever capacity, that you're capable of doing that. I know you are. It's hard, but you can do it. I've said this before, but it's a very common quote. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Because it might not even be in the same book. I feel like this channel is really a balance between setting an intention to empower you and also validating where you are. It's kind of a dance here. I don't know if you feel that, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Because I want to empower you to, live the life of your dreams and follow your passions, find love, be vulnerable, put yourself out there. Fear of inadequacy is going to chain you to the spot. The ego usually has the loudest voice in that conversation about inadequacy. It's an attempt to keep you safe, but sometimes it can be a prison. But then I also want to empathize with where you are and recognize that, it is uncomfortable. It is hard. Being vulnerable is hard. Showing up and not being the best at something. I know a few of you have mentioned that. It's so hard to feel inadequate. It's so hard. It's also incredibly character building. All right, I'm going to place this right over here. The smell of that incense. If any of you got the ritual boxes that I made, I include the Indian temple incense cones in there, and I just love the smell. Do you? I think it is just so rich and also very soothing. It's very potent. Anyway. So just doing a little bit of spraying in the aura. We have some cedar wood and some sage. It really happens that it matches the bottle. But right, this is a very old bottle. If you're new here, I just recycle spray bottles, clean them out really well, and then recycle them. And I put purified water, and usually water that's been charged in the full moon, in the bottles with a little bit of essential oil. Change it up usually every session. And sometimes I'll add some witch hazel or something if I'm going to keep it in there for a bit longer. I just want you to know that you're doing a wonderful job. You really are. You're doing a great, great job. Perfection doesn't exist. But you're doing a wonderful job. And it's going to be okay. Very often, when we're feeling inadequate, it's at the start of something, the beginning of a new journey. And very often, when we're embarking on this new journey, starting out, we can feel really discouraged by that fear of inadequacy, that fear of not being perfect. It's that kind of toxic perfectionism. And I feel like really in those moments, just recognizing that everybody started out as a novice. Maybe some people are more naturally, were able to naturally pick up on things a bit quicker than I am, or maybe you are. But, everyone is a beginner at some point. Even the person who you're looking up to most, whether it's in a spiritual capacity, whether it's in some kind of business venture, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be. If it's the mental health journey that you're on, if it's something to do with addiction, if it's something to do with working through, if it's to do with parenthood. Everybody started out not knowing what they were doing. Everybody is a novice at some point. So just recognizing that, as hard as it is these days, really, really, I urge you just not to compare yourself to anybody else. Just because you are on your own beautiful path. And it's such magic. Your experience here on Earth, what you get to, choose to do, how you get to move through your life, what you feel, how you live, what you think about, what you spend your time doing. You get to have that experience. No one else is ever going to fully know what it's like to have the experience of living your life. And you're not going to ever have the experience of living theirs. So occasionally, I would just urge you to maybe turn off the social media channels and platforms that make you feel inadequate. I would encourage you to do that right now and forever. If consuming certain content is making you feel inadequate, I think there's a simple answer to that. Don't consume that content anymore. I'll give you an example. My best friend sent me a few kind of funny videos, and then I started getting recommended from those videos kind of like gossip channel videos, and I watched one or two, and then I had a private tarot reading during which the reader said, if there is anything involving gossip, maybe one of your friends or something, I think that's what they said, to kind of cut that out. I can link the tarot, the person I got the tarot from. He has a YouTube channel here. His name is Gareth Hudson Tarot. Very talented fella. But he mentioned that about gossip in the private reading. And I recognized that that's what was going on. I had been watching, several different gossip channels. So anyway, I stopped watching that content, and immediately I felt better. So it's important just to bring awareness, and everybody can slip up and have kind of negative thoughts about ourselves or whatever, but just remembering that you are exactly where you're meant to be, where you need to be. And if you're feeling an itch or an urge to change or to be somewhere else, that's happening for a reason too. So follow that, but it means that where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be, and where you are is embarking on a new journey. If you're starting to feel like, I want to burst forth from this bud, of your highest, wisest, most empowered and aligned selves. In loving comfort and perfect balance, I wish to conduct this distance Reiki session for clearing the fear of inadequacy, healing your sense of self-worth, charging you with confidence and positivity. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab a few stones and we're going to begin. Again, doing a little bit of clearing with this black kyanite wing, black kyanite wing, black kyanite wing, black kyanite wing. So swooping downward. Swooping downward. Swooping down, down, down. You're gonna be okay. It's very natural to feel inadequate. Sometimes that sense of inadequacy can come when we're feeling a little bit in a rut. In that case, maybe break forth from routine a little bit. Invite in some new activities, perhaps. If you've always wanted to learn how to, do a martial art or cook or bake or something, YouTube is a great place to learn new things. But also, hopefully the world's opening up soon and maybe you can start taking some classes if you're able. Just maybe break out of routine, go a different way to work. Take a walk in the middle of the day if you're feeling lethargic. Try and shake it up a little bit if you can. Be creative with how you shake it up. Try a new workout or maybe start working out if you want to. I'm not telling that you no guilt here at all. But whatever you want to do to just kind of send some new energy into the space, that can be helpful, I find. And just check in with yourself. See if there's a bigger shift that's calling you more towards purpose. I have a video about purpose. I can link it below if you'd like. Let me see your right hand. Okay. Just moving the stone on your palm very gently. Lovely. Okay. Now, let me see your left hand. Okay. Thank you. Feel nice, huh? Lovely. Here we go. Okay. I want to invite in this rhodonite, such a supportive stone. I love rhodonite for compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, love, harmony. So I wanted to call this in for that balance, that beautiful balance. I love the balance of pink and black and rhodonite, root and heart balanced. Safety in love, safety in vulnerability, accepting yourself just as you are, not romanticizing yourself or a situation, just accepting exactly as it is, tapping into the truth and just really trying our best to embrace it and accepting it with love and compassion. I think this can be helpful with regards to inadequacy. Accepting where we are in the process. We're all going to be at different stages, right? It's the beauty of having so many of us on the planet, is that we're all at totally different stages, different phases. So we can honor and respect that in others, and also love and honor that in ourselves. And amethyst, and I wanted to invite this in for that higher alignment, that spiritual alignment, really sending in a boost and burst of positivity into your day, into your aura, into your energy field, just really boosting you up, helping with your confidence, with your connectedness, all of that. So I'm going to start at the crown and kind of move through. Third eye. You did a good job. It takes such a tremendous amount of courage to show up, to try, to make ourselves vulnerable. Don't be afraid of inadequacy. Being adequate is overrated. It's better to be you, just as you are, just as you are, than to worry about fitting into someone else's definition of adequacy. What you're doing is right. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. Be guided by your highest self. Sending love into the heart space, using these stones here to help support this. You are a being of light. You are filled with universal love. I'm placing my hands on your solar plexus here. Your sense of self is not bound to any external factors. You exist beyond the things you identify with here in the material plane. If you only knew how glorious you are. You are magnificent. I hope you know that. And you're worthy of care and love, worthy of following your dreams. Placing my hands on the sacral. If you're feeling inadequate when it comes to creativity, balancing that out. Clearing any blockages here. Now placing my hands here on your hips, using them as the entry or access point for the root or the base chakra. Lovely. Okay. I'm gonna use this shaker, rattle, excuse me, to shake up the energy. Help invite in a nice, thick aura, this protective orb around your body. Okay? You are divine. You are connected. You are expressive. You are loved. You are strong. You are confident. You are worthy. You are powerful. You are perseverant. You are resilient. You are creative and you are emotionally balanced. You are safe. You are free. You are protected. You are loved. You are loved. This is a bit of a chatty video. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much to my patrons over on Patreon. I really appreciate your support. It means the world to me. And if you've ever, donated in any way to the channel to support, I really appreciate it. And if you're here watching, I so appreciate you, your likes, your comments, subscribing, all of that. I want to make sure that you know how grateful I am to all of you. So thank you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or night. It's an honor to connect with you here. And I'll see you again very soon. Okay. Till I see you again. Be well. Just making sure that your little friend is receiving the kind of care and attention that they need. you can already start to kind of do some hands-on healing. Reiki with Anna.